I'm gonna run out of hard drive space with all these VODs. Yeah.
Alright. In the server. Getting all this crap off my screen now. I'll say this, Stab1lo uses probably my second favorite skin in this game. I don't even know the name, but it's the robot with the the angel wings that has the one loading screen.
That is beautiful. It is a good loading screen. I don't know what that robot's called actually. I should know that, but to be honest, a lot of the characters I've never really cared about in Unreal Tournament. There's like Malcolm, there's Zan. That's about it. That's all I know. Don't care about it.
Since UT2003 came out and UT2004 has become less of an issue. Like back in UT1, you couldn't force skins so easily. So like choosing individual skins was like a much bigger deal. Like I used to play this female skin with like I can't remember how you actually changed them, but there was some players like when they fake nicked, you could tell by their playstyle and which skin they used, who you were playing against. But in UT2004 that all went because you can just force everyone to gorge or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I do remember people always choosing, like, say, oh, you got to choose a female skin, bro. It's smaller. It's harder to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, pub metagame philosophy.
Yeah. I actually prefer that way, to be honest. With like a bit more like individuality about the way you look in game and stuff. As long as it's not like game breaking, and I don't mind stuff like that.
Well, I mean, as long as you can force model in competition.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind that 99% of players aren't going to be playing in real, competitive level stuff. So I mean, you can let people who are pubbing, I don't want to go down the hats road, but there's things you can do without it being over the top.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I watched CS:GO the other day, taking a test of playing the ESL thing, and I haven't really got any experience.
The stickers.
Yeah, all the stuff on the guns. I thought that was actually really cool. I really like that because again, it didn't seem game breaking, but I added that little individual flair or whatever, and made it look kind of cool.
I definitely think there should be team skins in the next Unreal Tournament. Like, I'm up for bright skins. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think the client side should be very different to what the spectator side should be. So there should be like a bright skin that isn't too bright, but you could see the detail on like professional players or which team they actually play for and their armor and stuff. I think that would be really cool.
Stab1lo right now using those angel wings to hover in midair.
Yeah, I can see that. What the hell is he doing?
He appears to be cheating. Players are pretty much ready to go.
What is he actually doing? I can't. What the hell?
Updating my scoreboard.
I'll say to everyone, this is going to be the lower bracket semifinals. Winner of this will go on to face Aiko for the grand final, or for the lower bracket finals, and that'll be your second to third place game, or that'll be your third place game essentially. Loser will be third. Winner will go on to grand finals. For anyone listening who doesn't realize, myself and Zacubus, we're splitting the stream. We're both going to be casting audio. Each one of us is going to be following one player's FOV, so you can watch both FOVs at once, or both POVs at once, I should say, if you desire. I just want to mute one of the streams so you don't hear us both twice. Ass is also joining us here. Who are you going to be following this game?
I guess I'll kind of go between and just give a little kind of tactical overview if you ask for it.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. So the action is actually kicking off now. So this is going to be Frantic versus Stab1lo. Did I pronounce that right, Ass?
You did.
Great stuff.
I'll follow Stab1lo so that you don't have to pronounce his name as much. He's up by rockets, going to try to get some early LG damage, and he does.
He does, and he does actually about 50 damage to Frantic so far. He's trying to finally escape.
Big flag primary.
Lands it dead into Frantic's face. Frantic preemptively using his nade up there on that pad, but manages to get the shield. No LG for him though, but he manages to pick up a flak instead. And good wall jump there, catches up, but the positioning's gone.
Barely missing that lightning shot right there.
Frantic manages to use that quick movement to get that shock rifle, so he's got some hit scan at least. The LG gone out of the way.
Stab1lo being very careful here. He actually passed up some health vials back there a second ago, so try to ambush him. Playing very methodically so far.
Frantic in a good position here maybe to get some damage, but good flak primary coming in. Shock
Combos
rifle.
did some good damage up from the bottom, but nothing really critical yet. Both players still kind of feeling each other out. Frantic definitely being the aggressor and jumps right in and pays for that aggression.
Very much so, but again with a lucky spawn, actually getting that shield yet again. That's going to be quite infuriating after you've, you know, just capitalized on those leads and then having the armor drift away, right, Ast?
Yeah, definitely. I think you're going to find this game could go one of two ways because you've got two completely different playstyles. Like Frantic's that fast, fluid kind of, you know, if you just watch the mouse movement, he's moving around all the time. And Stab1lo, on the other hand, is quite slow, quite passive. But watch his aim, it's completely solid. It's kind of slow movements, very, very accurate hit scan. So it's either going to go Frantic's aggressive style is going to overwhelm Stab1lo, or Frantic's going to eat lots and lots of hit scan.
Well, I think whichever player goes on top early is going to have even a bigger than usual advantage because of that fact. I mean, if Frantic goes on top, he's going to force Stab1lo to get out of his playing style.
Yep.
If Stab1lo is in front, he can play his methodical defensive passive style, but he can't do that if he's playing from behind.
Frantic on the so aggressive, like even when he got the shield belt, he just went in ham with the assault rifle, and actually does a good job with doing some shock rifle damage there. But Stab1lo is actually going to pick up some armor as well, I believe, getting the 50. And now Frantic on a bit of the back foot manages to pick up that flat cannon, heading towards rocket launcher, spamming the lift, trying to read the situation. Jumps over the rocket launcher accidentally, I would assume.
Should have been possibly trying to kind of hide his position a little bit, because that rocket's a dead giveaway, obviously.
Very true. I did not think of that. Always thinking the next level strats, Ass.
That's me.
Oh, both players trying to get this prediction combos around the corners. Frantic wins that battle and back to being down by one. However, now he's got full control of that 100 armor.
But Frantic just looks so comfortable, even when he's out of position, in a horrible position with no armor and playing so aggressive. He just seems at home. I mean, pretty much all the games I've casted with him so far, he was down at the start at every one, and then just manages to play this aggression and really just grind his way back up.
Yeah, that actually used to be something I used to do all the time. I mean, it was I remember, like, you know, back in the day when you were trying to kind of iron out all the little kinks in your game. One of mine was I always used to lose 3 frags in the first minute, but I'd go on to win the map. So I don't know, maybe it's something about, you know, that little 1 or 2 minutes to kind of adjust to the rate of play. And Frantic seems to be having the same issue, but as you can see, he's coming into this nicely now.
Yeah, he ties it up there with a combo. Stab1lo now completely losing control of the armor. We have seen a couple fights though that he's pulled out I guess kills with using that flat primer. So not unlike Skaven's use of it against Eiko. Maybe that can make a difference here. Oh, there's a spawn headshot.
Yeah, beautiful.
Frantic now on a run here, and Stab1lo needs to be on the run, getting away.
And it looks like he will be able to do that. I think he's gone rocket area, and Frantic just going towards the 100 armor. And he hears him down below, gets that lovely shot in. And now Frantic really on top of the situation right now. Stab1lo trying very hard to get some pace for himself. Does he find the armor? Does he find the 50? I think he might have done.
He had a 50.
Stab1lo about to go down here. Frantic on the spree. And this is where Stab1lo really can't afford to be, because as time ticks down here, that 3 frag difference is going to dictate his playing style. It's going to be different than what he wants to do.
What was interesting there after that bit, after that first kill, Frantic again straight off the bat going for basically the spawn kill before getting the armor, whereas most players would prioritize getting an armor before actually going in for any sort of more extra damage. You know, just secure it and then get into another position. But Frantic straight off the bat with the aggression dives down, tries to find that spawn kill.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between playing styles. Some people play your opponent and some people play the map.
Yeah, I'm definitely a play the map kind of guy. That's my style, and I think it's actually working against me these days, because players are so good at hitting now that when they go for those spawn kills, you know, if you look at a player like Frantic with nice solid LG shots like that, then you know, he's much more successful that way. And again, solid shots.
Really looking on form, Frantic, picking up that 100 armor, 150 for 113 health. He's going to probably go in for the shock, and he lands that shock perfectly. to Stab1lo, and now he's just taking up these vials. He manages to get the 50. Luckily, he kind of gets the reset with those health, but primary shock hitting him right in the air. And Frantic,
yeah,
really aggressive.
Frantic, not giving him any time to breathe, to calm down, and maybe catch his breath. So Stab1lo's just on the run non-stop. You pick up all the health he wants, does some decent damage, but again, going into every battle with the disadvantage.
Yeah, this is really solid play by Frantic. As you said earlier, he's not giving Stab1lo a chance to really find any rhythm at all. Just keeping him off balance all the time.
I mean, Stab1lo, what maps would you say favour him best in these kind of situations? Because Frantic is really an aggressive player. And
normally this would favour Stab1lo actually. You know, just by the way this map can play, like it can be very slow, very kind of hit scanner orientated. But because Frantic's really comfortable moving around here, it's favouring him at this point. But I guess ranking would be a good choice for Stab1lo. Apart from that, refinery possibly. I mean, you can see just the way, if you just flick between the 2 points of view, the way Frantic moves the mouse, he's such a frantic player. Whereas Stab1lo's like so slow, and it's almost like watching Frantic play in slow motion.
Yeah.
But it's very solid aim, but it's very slow. So he needs to kind of know where Frantic is all the time to actually, you know, utilize his kind of slow aiming. Whereas Frantic's prediction.
Sorry, I was gonna say he's a predictive aimer, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Passive and predictive.
There's the rampage. So Stab1lo here just not able to get anything going yet, other than some early kills, which really came from the flak.
Yep. That was what I was saying earlier on. It's going to go two ways. Either Frantic's going to run him over, or you know he's going to walk into Stab1lo's shots. And the first couple of minutes you've seen Stab1lo utilising those flak primaries, which is what I was meaning by walking into the shots. But at the minute, Frantic's just hitting far too much for Stab1lo to cope with.
Ooh, almost hit that LG there. May have helped turn things around. Past the halfway point though, so Stab1lo running low on time if he's going to try to stage any kind of comeback, but hasn't really had much room to work with so far.
You can still do it. I mean, 3 frags over 2 minutes, that's more than possible. That's definitely doable. But this next 100 is going to set him up for it if he can manage to steal it, but it's looking bad for him right now after eating that shock.
Yeah, Frantic taking the aim game to another level. Good prediction on there, and a great finish as well with that flak. Oh no, that was a shot core even.
Yeah, it was actually flak coming off of Stab1lo, trying to kill him in one shot. Probably did pretty good damage there, but really didn't. I mean, once again, he went into the fight at such a big disadvantage, it didn't even matter.
No, he was down to 40 HP, but then he just took those 225, so he's back up to over 100 now after taking those vials, and he's full control. Stab1lo's really up against it now.
Indeed, with 10 frags deficit as well. It's not exactly where you want to be with Stab1lo. But Frantic looking very strong, just controlling towards the 50 room at the moment, looking to claim this and then possibly time it against the 100 armor, just to make sure that Stab1lo does not get back into this.
Yeah, Frantic's gotten every single 100 except one so far. And he's just been able to just outshoot him and push him off at every time Stab1lo. Oh, you see the shock primary coming through the floor. Some nice shots by Stab1lo, but again, he's just not in position to convert it into a kill.
That was actually a really good move there. I didn't actually realise that you knocked him off before he picked up the 100, so that could have been really good, but didn't quite work out.
Oh, a mistake by Stab1lo there. He switches to the minigun, starts to take him down. Looked like he switched weapons again, and in that empty time, that's when he went down. Maybe should have just kept shooting.
Right now it's
just converting.
Yeah, Frantic's just hitting those those first connecting LGs every single time, and every fight they go into after that, Stab1lo's at a disadvantage, and it's just looking really good for Frantic.
Frantic really just dictating all the pace right now.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there's nothing left, I feel, as if that Stab1lo can do to get back in this game. I mean, he's just literally out of time.
Yeah, he's eating too many shots to actually form a good comeback. I mean, he's hitting shots to take away some of Frantic's stack, but it's not enough. I mean, even when he hits the shot, Frantic's got one in reply almost every single time, so there's going to be no comeback with that kind of action.
Yeah, finally, 3 LGs in a row. Gets Stab1lo on a little bit of a roll. Maybe he can turn this into something, or if nothing else, maybe build some momentum for the next map.
Yeah, if I was him, I'd be thinking about the next map, to be honest. Oh wait, is there a next map actually? Best of 3, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
It's still best of 3.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that usually when I'm down like this, I just want to get this map over with. Like, I just go, I need to look forward now. I need to focus on what's coming up next. My next objective is see what he's been playing for on the map primarily, and sort of go into the next map thinking he's going to do pretty much the same routine to try and capitalize on it. I probably think that players like to play me as the player rather than maybe the map or anything else.
Well, Stab1lo going on a bit of a streak, so this may be important for the mental aspect. He has now proven to himself, at least, that he can do this, that he can make runs in the game. Maybe coming up a little bit late this match, but going to the next map though, he's got to have a little bit more confidence now. Popping that headshot off. That's what, 3 kills in a row now.
Yeah, you got to remember this is the map that Frantic actually be skating on, so you got to say that he's very comfortable here. So losing here might not actually be a good indication of how the rest of the match is going to go for Stab1lo. Could be a completely different story on the next map.
Pooh almost gets nailed with that flak. Surprise coming through the bottom of the grate. Doesn't hit though.
Maybe that's quite an interesting...
Oh, he misses the 100 armor. That's not going to help you get your rhythm back.
He should get it. Stab1lo does pick it up. And Frantic, 125 HP, 50 armor. But it's interesting what you were saying about Frantic beating Stab1lo on this map. And maybe it's this aggressive style of play that you wouldn't usually see on such a hit scan prioritized map. Usually it would be a slower pace, and maybe that threw off Stab1lo. Like, he didn't expect Frantic to play that way, and maybe this is why he's able to capitalize on a map like this.
Well, this map's it's got so many like different ways to play it. I mean, it generally is a really slow map, or a really hit scan based map at least. But I mean, there's been games I've had here that's been like 1-0, 2-1, and things like that. So yeah, it can be extremely defensive, but Frantic moves around so well. Like you said, he's definitely showing the other side of it. The way to capitalize on your spawn frags and things like that. There's some kind of really predictable spawns here as well. So if you are faster on the map, you can pick up quite a few frags pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think they're comparing their relative movement in this map has been a big deal too, because there's been foot races, like say back to the 50 armor from the 100 area, and Stab1lo's losing every one of those foot races. And it's also allowing Frantic to cut him off and set up some shots ahead of time. And I think the shape of this map, the back and forth nature of the movement, doesn't really play into his favor. But I'm not sure what his next map pick is. But we'll see. That may be a big indicator of what he wants to do with this match.
1 minute remains.
If I was Stab1lo, I would be... I'm not sure what the next map is, by the way, but I would be hoping for Refinery or...
Ranking.
Yeah, Ranking, definitely. But that could backfire. Again, both maps you can play aggressively. It just depends if Stab1lo can connect those kind of passive shots and shut Frantic down. That's going to be the deciding factor, I think. Because he has the aim, he has the frag power, but it's just whether or not he can connect the shots without Frantic running him over.
I mean, we saw Frantic versus zelvzz earlier on Franking, and zelvzz was playing the really patient game, but so was Frantic. Frantic was able to slow down his game there and wait for the opportunities to come his way and really take control of the situation. In fact, zelvzz just absolutely completely raged. I don't know if you caught the end of it, mate, but proper bad game. You shouldn't be talking in comments.
Alright, okay, I didn't actually see that part of it. Yeah, I think when I seen it, I think I said to you in the spec chat, when I tuned in, it was like 100 armor for zelvzz, so like the 11-minute mark, or no, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes left or something. So definitely Frantic controlled the map pretty much all the way, it seemed.
You see the 100 armor difference there, really what's coming up big here. The damage given and received for both players, very close actually. So yeah, really just that armor coming into play every single fight. Frantic went in with the advantage, and so then he came out with the advantage.
Yeah, in ranking it is, so I guess this must be Stab1lo's pick, and like you said, it's probably the map that will favour him the most. I think... Oh, it's a tough one to call this actually. I don't want to make too many predictions. It's really going to come down to, like you just said, who can get those 100 armors and who can stay on top of the LG and shot control. If Stab1lo can get both of those, he could win. If Frantic takes away the hit scan, then I think it's going to be another whitewash for Frantic really for the first, maybe, well, for at least a good part of the game. I mean, this map is and as you both know, obviously, you can take that 50, take that shot, take the LG, take the flak, all within like 5-10 seconds. So it can be a really tough nut to crack.
It can be, but it's also hard to chase down frags as well on it because it's so big. It's hard to if it's a 1 frag lead, you can just keep on running unless you make that dreadful sort of, oh, I think I'll bait out this way and go this way. And that's usually where the game pace changes to this map, when you kind of mishear a sound, or you just don't expect them coming from one way, or you think somebody's going to double back essentially, and it's your own mistake that causes that problem.
The thing is, players are doing, I mean, the last, I don't know how many years, but definitely more so than they did when we were kind of active, if you like, these kind of shield gun headshot moves and stuff like that to try and counter that double back and, you know, going up a ramp and waiting with the flak and stuff like that. So there's a bit more creativity these days to try and counter that defensive play. But yeah, definitely it's still good old ranking basically.
Yeah, I remember when UT3 was almost released, I came back to 2K4 to do some like pre-practice, I suppose. And that was like completely new to me. Like when we were playing in 2004, that wasn't even really considered that much shield jumping. And then I see like new players at the time, Scream's doing it and stuff.
Yeah,
like what?
Definitely, it's a whole. It just adds another dimension. It just gives you that extra little edge or that extra angle that you need to get the shots in.
We're gonna see a frag for somebody here quickly. Is it gonna be Stab1lo?
I think
it's gonna be Frantic. These guys are really pushing the issue. Oh, it looks like Frantic backs off now.
Yeah, but Stab1lo waiting for that LG shot. Is he gonna get it? Or what's happened with it? Is the 100 still up? I think it's still up. Yeah, both players.
Yeah, I think both players were baiting, waiting for the other one, playing a little bit of chicken there. Stab1lo gives it up, doesn't get any damage in, but he is gonna go ahead and scoop up some weapons, gets an LG shot to negate it.
Kind of evens things out on the health here, and the shock is down, and Frantic has got the time on it, so I would imagine him picking up these vials. He hears the vials up the top there, and now he's timed the shot perfectly, taking it away again from Stab1lo.
Oh, a big prediction flat coming up by Stab1lo. He knew that Frantic heard him take that link gun, so he knew that he was going to predict him going right up to that doorway. Smart move by Stab1lo playing defensively.
That was actually really key for Frantic there, because Stab1lo was almost in a position to, you know, start falling into that, you know, good old kind of comfortable play that he has, where, you know, he's just looking for his LG shots and looking for the angles. But Frantic's managed to pick up the weapons he needs and get that 50, so good play by him.
And he bullied him right off that 100 armor. Stab1lo not even going to try to get damage from that. Does find the 50 armor up and hits an LG shot once again to help negate that 100 armor. So Stab1lo making a couple clutch shots that he needs to do to keep things even here.
He's keeping it even really well until he walked into that shot combo, and now Frantic is going on the aggression, trying to chase, but he manages to get the dodge up to this minigun area, Stab1lo, and he's going to pick up some health as well. He's going to sort of tie himself back up a bit, and Frantic, will he continue the aggression or wait a couple more seconds for this 50? He will.
You can see the difference in playstyles here completely. Stab1lo very, very passive, just waiting for Frantic to pop into his sights basically, and Frantic playing the control game, staying on top of the 50, staying on top of the shock and LG, and kind of trying to push the play, but Stab1lo just looking for the shot every single time.
Yes, Stab1lo, I would be surprised if he even made a big push for the 100 armor. Nope, completely concedes it. They try to get a 50 and an LG out of it. That's not really going to hurt Frantic at all, but it will help Stab1lo a little bit.
Yep, definitely agree there.
I mean, if he can hold these top positions and get some good LGs or shot combos, then he can just maybe get back into this map, I feel. I mean, it's still very even, but Frantic does have that 100 health, 100 armor even advantage.
But that's actually the only thing that's separating them right now, is that 100 armor. So if Stab1lo can get another shot and then set up for the next 100, then he will actually have control rather than Frantic. That's the only thing separating them right now. That one
You'll notice Stab1lo doing a really good job. We saw that in some earlier matches of conceding the 100 armor but staying on top of the 50 and the vial, so he's now maxed out on health. So he'll be able to confront him at this 100 armor, gets a quick flak shot in. We may see the first frag come out in this game unless Frantic backs off. Another LG shot trailing him off.
That was a key one. That one.
He's actually going to push forward to try to get this. Wow.
There we go. That was one of those shield jump shots I was talking about, and he almost got it. Just missed it by like a centimeter.
Which you'll notice, though, he waited to grab the 100 until after he tried that. There we go, finishes him off with the LG right around that shield gun. But you'll notice he waited to piston first, try the shot, and then back up and pick the 100 armor. That way that damage essentially disappeared.
Yep. Good play.
Now Stab1lo all kinds of in control. Now the question is he going to be happy just running around in control, running the map and trying to wait for Frantic to make a mistake, or is he going to decide to turn on the aggression at some point and convert this into more points?
I think he's going to play the patient game and wait for Frantic to go for the 50 armor and the shock, for example, because that's his strength.
Well, there he goes, hitting 4 big shots in a row. If you can shoot like that, you can afford to play slowy. LG comes out, he's going to be able to take him down right there.
It's like Stab1lo plays at like 0.5 the speed of Frantic. He just kind of casually waltzes around and hits lots of things, whereas Frantic's, you know, rushing around trying to get on those armors, trying to get on those weapons, and Stab1lo's just calmly dodging side to side, hitting LG and hitting shock. It's a totally different playstyle.
Going 4 for 0 on Frantic right now. That playstyle seems to, I don't know, it's really complementing his aim right now as well. I mean, in the previous map, his aim was a little bit skittish, a little bit pressurized, but here he's got the top ground all the time, got that high positioning, and he feels really comfortable. Frantic just trying to do this aggressive push, but it's not going to work. Stab1lo actually switching to that minigun and finishing it off a minigun.
So much damage right there. But yeah, you talk about the 2 different playstyles, and I think map choice can be huge, especially if we see a tiebreaker. We find out which map would end up being used, but we're still a long way away from that. Stab1lo still needs to convert this lead and pull it all the way through the end. The downside is from this passive style is while you're completely starving your opponent, if you do make a mistake and if you do give control over to the other player, an aggressive player can make you pay and can make that small frag lead disappear in a hurry.
Absolutely. Ranking's one of those maps you need to really be careful when you choose to go defensive, because if you do it with like too much time left on the clock, then your opponent can definitely come back into it with some nice pushes.
Frantic's actually getting quite healthy now. I mean, he's been avoiding the last minute, trying to build up his health supply, and 160 health and 50 armor, and looking to put on some aggression with that.
Combos Frantic's ball. A tough way to go down there.
Yeah, it's painful.
That's a horrible way to go down. It's never nice having your ball shot in your face.
No, definitely not having balls in your face. It's never a pleasant thing.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely a teabagging scenario.
Yeah.
And Frantic needs to sort of reset himself a little bit now. Finds a good LG, but he's still got a lot of armor and health to dig through.
The classic ranking out of play tactic is to plus back and hope your opponent makes a mistake so you can steal a shock rifle, keep taking vials so you can build up your health, and then try and steal a 50 or 100. But the problem with that is it takes so long to build up the stack if you only have so many opportunities to actually try and switch the control. So Frantic, although he's doing the right thing by plus back and then slowly building the stack, he only has so many opportunities to reduce that 6 frag deficit. So that's a good
combo like that certainly helps. Has him pinned down in the 100 area. Still has so much health to chew up.
Ooh, so
unfortunately, Stab1lo gets that armor.
Gets away with 17 health.
Some good play from Frantic, but also good play from Stab1lo getting out of that horrible situation. Great aim from Frantic on the combo, but not able to capitalize on that clutch situation. Really getting that shield would have changed the pace of the game.
Yeah, and that little shield jump escape there by Stab1lo was crucial. That was clutch, as they call it. Because now Frantic's
already back up to 110 over 100.
Yeah, and now Frantic just doing some self-flak damage there is going to really slow him down again.
Oh, huge combo by Stab1lo. And this is, I think, Frantic feeling that pressure. I mean, he's always aggressive, but he's starting to feel that pressure of the time creeping up on him, where he has to come down hallways, or maybe wouldn't normally do it due to a risk of running into a combo like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the passive style is definitely going to favour Stab1lo now, because Frantic's going to have to...
Stab1lo. Oh. Wow, maybe a mistake there. Thought he was going to go down. Don't think he meant to drop down in front of there. Nice falling away combo, though. Cleans it up and turns it into a kill. Bit fortunate with that outcome.
Oh, and Frantic really unlucky getting the link spawn as well. The dreaded link spawn on ranking. It's just the worst place you could ever spawn on this map. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that you always spawn 90% of the time there.
Yeah.
And if the shock ain't up or it's protected, you are screwed.
There's the rampage. Beautiful combos. Stab1lo looking much more comfortable placing his combos on this map, where he's got a little bit more room to work with to put in between himself and Frantic.
As we were saying, because Stab1lo's kind of passive, he's like almost pre-prepared for this defending his lead basically. Frantic's going to have to open up, come at him. It's just opens him up to more shots from Stab1lo. So yeah, this is looking really bad for Frantic.
Yeah, he's got 6 minutes left on the clock, and he hasn't really ever had control. And he's just going with this aggression on the link. He loves using this link in this era.
Two combos.
It's fantastic from Frantic. Oh, unfortunate to go down as well, but fantastic to break the map lock. Let's see what it does with it.
Yeah, this does essentially reset that may have been worthwhile for Frantic, but Stab1lo though, he finally got pressured and finally missed some combos.
Frantic eating that LG is going to slow him down again, and
let's get one more shot off, doesn't finish him off. A little bit of an unlucky spawn by Stab1lo, doesn't get any weapons off of it.
No, but Frantic, in a dire situation really. I mean, Stab1lo can play the slow game right now, pace it how he likes it, while Frantic has just got to plus forward and hope he catches him off guard, but it's just not going to happen with this high level play. And
yeah, because Stab1lo knows all of this. He knows that Frantic has to charge him every chance he gets. Can't afford to be trying to cut him off all the time, so he's going to be throwing flat balls and combos and everything behind him. And he can give up 100 armor, frankly. He can say, fine, you get the 100, I get the weapons and the vials, and we're pretty much back to square one.
The only way Frantic really gets back into this now is if he hits a couple of like headshots, for example, catches Stab1lo off guard, and can convert quickly. Otherwise,
you actually saw a great move there by Frantic trying to do just that, but just doesn't hit the shots.
Yeah, and on the other side, Stab1lo's hitting like 3 LGs in a row, so yep. Oh, and a
headshot through the. Whew. Stab1lo's on fire right now, and Frantic's head's on fire to match.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Frantic's head's on fire. So Stab1lo's on fire, but Frantic's head's on fire, and right now I think that's not good. Oh yeah, awesome.
You know, one thing I'm noticing that could come into play here is that Stab1lo, whenever he's under duress, when you've got a minigun up close, a link gun up close, and you put the pressure on him, he's forced to try to make clutch shots. He's pulling out the flak and the combos, and a lot of times he's missing those. So, you know, Frantic may go with this link charge method to try to keep him down if he gets into a situation in the third map.
You can see Stab1lo's. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna go, Zach.
No, you carry on, Ash. You're fine.
I was gonna say.
I'm just gonna relax and drink something.
All right. I was gonna say you can see Stab1lo's very comfortable in that kind of mid to long range, because of his low sensitivity. But when Frantic gets in his face, he finds it really difficult to spin around and keep track of him. So if Frantic can keep that in mind for the next map, it could definitely be a little tactical advantage, because I think Frantic's good long, medium, and close, whereas Stab1lo's definitely a kind of long, slow-paced player. So
yeah, and for those of you watching, this is going to be best of 3. So now after this map, if it's presuming it ends up like this, tiebreaker will be decided by each player taking turns eliminating a remaining map from the pool, and we'll end up with a tiebreaker map. And the map we end up playing could be huge here with such 2 different playstyles.
Absolutely agreed. This is still doable, by the way. I mean, although it's very unlikely, it is doable.
Oh, is that another headshot coming through the shield?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh, looks like it wasn't,
yeah.
But...
Did you say this is doable?
No, it's doable.
Right now?
Yeah, I've made a comeback before, 1.5 minutes. I made, I think it was 4 or 5 frags, so I mean, it is doable. Not likely, but it is doable.
9 frags. That's
okay,
a lot in 2.5 minutes.
Okay. I'll say it's not doable then, but it was doable when I first.
If it were lower level play and you had someone who is being very predictable, spawning and running for the LG and 50 every time, it would be mathematically possible. But I think Stab1lo, probably a smart enough player to know that if he does get on the defensive here, he's just going to be unpredictable.
Yeah.
Try to ride out the clock.
I would tend to agree, but one thing you're forgetting, because this is high level play, is nerves have a big impact. So a good player will make more mistakes towards the end if they're under pressure. So that's when it becomes doable. But when you're hitting shots like that, okay, it's not doable.
Yeah, Stab1lo is just absolutely on fire this game.
Oh.
Every combo, every awkward angle of combo, every LG is just really coming out to play here.
When you have that 10 frag lead, nerves are out the window. You are shaft, basically. You just go into a situation, with the skank in the stride and with primary shock like that, you just know you're hitting everything, right?
Yeah, he's doing well. I mean, that little LG shot he hit at the minigun, like I don't know, 20 seconds ago, that was pretty impressive. Must have hit like the toenail of Frantic. You can see how comfortable he is here as well. You've seen that little shield jump, and you can tell
he's definitely loosened up a lot after Leah.
Yeah.
So the question that I ask you from a high-level competitive standpoint, are these players, is this going to affect, like, how much of a role does momentum play, in other words? Is Stab1lo going to be in a better position because he's got a little bit of momentum, he's mentally there more, or do you think Frantic is still going to be able to refresh himself, forget about the second map, remember the first map, and just come with as much confidence as he had in map 1 into map 3?
I think Frantic's going to feel like he got cheated here because he's naturally competitive and he's got that arrogance that all good players have. So he's going to say, well, I could have won this if I had a little bit more luck and so on. So I don't think it's going to demoralize him too much. I think the more important thing is going to be, like what you said earlier, is the map that gets selected for the last game. That's going to really determine how this match goes because such different styles. Yeah. What's actually left? So we've got Airwalk, Backspace, Ironic, Reverse, Refinery, Satica, or Squatter, or Squader, whatever you want to call it. I think the best one that Stab1lo could probably hope for is Backspace or possibly Refinery, whereas all the other ones I would say favour Frantic. So let's see.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well. Frantic will probably feel really comfortable on any of those maps. Refinery is one of his favourites, to be honest. He loves to do the epic comebacks on it as well, as we've seen many times before in the past. So, well,
from what I've seen lately, I would think if you're Stab1lo, you're eliminating probably Airwalk and Satica,
right? No, I would probably go with Airwalk and Refinery, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
And then Satica if I was Stab1lo. Yeah. Let's see.
Airwalk actually doesn't favour Frantic, as he said earlier today on my stream when he came in for the little mid-game chat. He said, if somebody picks it against me, I'm pretty much screwed.
Yeah. But actually, it suits his style of play completely, like the way he moves around and stuff. It definitely. Well, he's actually eliminated it, which is strange. That's strange.
So Frantic got rid of Ironic and Airwalk. Stab1lo getting rid of Reverse. You can see this on the stream. See what these guys are choosing.
Well, you can see this is totally going against what I predicted because now Stab1lo's removed Backspace, so I guess he's not comfortable there. I thought that would actually been a good pick for him, but
I think Refinery or Squatter. Wow, Frantic getting rid of Satica. I am entirely surprised. I think both of these final two maps would play more into
Stab1lo's Frantic playing style. Is only just back new to these kind of new maps. I mean, Satica is still very new to him.
That's true.
And he doesn't want to give that sort of coin toss situation away because he might not know all the strategies and all the ways that go into that map.
See, one thing that I always used to love about UT when I played like all the time before was these maps, Rankin, Ironic, Leah, Refinery are like bread and butter. I played them like 6 million times. So even if I'm nervous or I'm having a bad day, like I know all the strats, I know like all the angles like automatically. Whereas like with Satica and Airwalk and stuff like that, I've actually got to think.
Yeah. And that you can't play it on instinct. You kind of have to learn as you go.
Exactly, and Frantic will be the same as me in that regard. So I think this is a good map for him. But Stab1lo didn't eliminate it, so he must feel fairly comfortable here as well.
Yeah, I'm curious. I would have thought, given what we saw, especially in the North American tournament, with very, I guess, predictive players using Squatter to great extent. To great effect. I almost would have thought he wanted to pick Squatter, but then again, I don't know which players are really comfortable on which maps. I mean, some of these maps are a little bit more popular, have been played a little bit more lately as opposed to in the past, so I know that definitely comes into play here.
Squatter used to be actually quite popular like a long time ago. Like I think it was maybe 2003, maybe not 2003, 2004, 2005, in the German scene. Like when there used to be like a lot of local lands in Germany, they used to play Squatter quite a lot. But after that, I think it pretty much died a death and no one really played it for a long time. And this tournament's pretty much brought it back. So yeah, I don't think the experience level is that high anymore on this map, or on Squatter, sorry. But with Refinery, definitely both players going to be comfortable and we should see a good game.
Right, getting started here. Lower brackets. Map 3 deciding match. Oh, and instantly a kill by Stab1lo. started with this flak.
That's old school Brimbar kill. It used to be you run in for the shock rifle, the guy would come from mini, and you would just line up that flak primary and wait for the kill. So that's a good start for Stab1lo.
But Frantic, kills himself with a combo. That's beautiful stuff, I guess, from Frantic's point of view.
Yeah,
let's actually say that is Frantic with the comment of saying a fantastic shot.
Yeah, but look what happened. Look what happened. Stab1lo actually managed to get the 50 and 100 from that.
True, he did come out on top of that exchange despite killing himself. It's a bold strategy.
Next level tactics. Shock combo yourself and take all the armors.
What did Frantic try and do instead? Did he try and control the shock and eliminate that first? And
I think what happened was Stab1lo spawned high, so he got the 50, and then Frantic heard him spawn high, so he basically went in to do a little bit of damage to stop him getting in and kind of firm control of the map. But Stab1lo was really quick going to the 100 armor and knew what Frantic was doing and stole both basically.
But Frantic
misses his piston, unless he was faking it. Stab1lo now really low on health. That's not going to do him any favors. Going to dive down with the minigun though. Avoids the combo, takes him out and steals the 100 armor. Got a bit lucky there.
It was one of those, you know, you take a chance and it worked out for him basically. So good move by Stab1lo in my opinion.
Frantic now trying to get some damage on this bottom lift. Can he find any more damage? But he's hurt pretty bad. He needs to find some health himself. Stab1lo actually 17 armor and 100 health. And taking away some of those LGs.
Just a split second later on that lightning gun. He's going to fall all the way down now. Still trying to look to finish off that kill. It sounds like Frantic, though, is all the way back up to 100 health.
He is indeed. But Stab1lo chasing with minigun again, putting the pressure on, trying to keep Frantic.
This 100's still got a few seconds, though, so Stab1lo going to be patient here and try to get a kill out of this.
Big combo by Frantic there.
Frantic actually doing incredibly well to get that combo in there and lands the primary.
Here comes the minigun. Will he walk into a combo though? Oh, he survives it again. That was a carbon copy of the last kill over the 100 armor.
Yeah.
Stab1lo dives on it, jumps right back with the minigun, somehow avoids the combos, comes out alive. That's the one frag lead right there.
I mean, this game literally is like anyone's right now. It's been so close so far.
Frantic on this bottom ground. The flak taken by Stab1lo, and he bolts out of that corner and lands a lovely headshot. Well, it looked like a normal LG hit to me actually. Didn't hear the complete.
Looked like a headshot, sounded like a regular.
Unfortunately, Stab1lo.
Oh, a huge combo by Stab1lo. Beautiful placement right there.
That was solid.
These guys are face to face, and that does not favor Frantic. Oh wow. You got to watch that from Stab1lo's point of view. That was an extremely patient LG shot. He waited, had 2 seconds to try to take a harder shot, lined up the easy shot, and that's just perfect placement.
Stab1lo's combos are really on form right now.
Yeah, like I say, he's looking much looser, much more comfortable than he did on Leah.
Yeah, he's more confident taking those kind of little peak shots and things like that, and it's really working out for him right now.
Don't count Frantic out yet. Good LG coming in, and another.
Good calls out, good to all.
That was actually a headshot on the second one. Stab1lo actually had 88 health, would have survived if it wasn't.
And shock denied from below as well. I believe Frantic did just pick up that recently spawned 50. And looking in for some action with some flak, but doesn't find it.
Stab1lo needs another weapon though. He's not going to be able to contest this 100 armor with just a minigun.
Flak should be what needs up if he.
Yeah, he has flak. He's going to try to get an ambush going here. Pulls out the mini to try to chase him away. And for the 3rd time in a row, he finishes him off on the 100 armor and avoids the combos. Doesn't grab it.
Well, looking at the stats right now.
It's a little strange. Maybe trying to get a spawn kill out of it.
I mean, there's 3 frags separating these guys. Stab1lo's actually done 300 less damage than Frantic, but Stab1lo's taken every single 100 armor so far. So that's been the deciding factor in this match so far, is those steals by Stab1lo basically.
Yeah, able to exchange. Oh wow, another beautiful combo by Stab1lo. Catches him off the spawn. Frantic on the run right now.
Oh man. That's 6 that came from Stab1lo. That's really, really solid play.
Ooh, Frantic making a mistake, going for that rocket launcher and actually falls down. Luckily, Stab1lo not looking for the spawn frags right off of the bat. But Frantic looking to find a way into this 50 armor, but can he find
Ooh,
position?
Almost catches a midair flak. Luckily, only hits him just off to the side. 100 armor will be spawning soon.
Frantic needs to steal it.
Runs away with it, takes no damage, so a bit of a mistake there by Stab1lo. Giving him 100 armor and giving no damage in the process.
That's his first 100 armor of the game so far, after 5.5 minutes to play, so...
Extremely patient play by Stab1lo right now.
Yep.
Not diving in, not being in any kind of rush to try to get some shots off. Trying to deny his opponent, catches him now in the trench, and that's what he's rewarded with. Still needs to make a shot here though to make it count. Oh. The fake piston.
Oh man, that LG shot in the back there really punishing Frantic. Not giving him really any room to breathe at all.
Yeah, because Frantic's fake piston actually did juke out Stab1lo, but then he went through every single read and progression, and then finally went back and caught him in the back. Look at, oh wow, nice flag ball by Stab1lo. Look at this aggression now. His movement is so much more fluid now.
Yeah, he knows he's got full control of the map, and he's got that shock rifle, which is key on maps like this for kind of shutting down areas and forcing your opponent to take certain routes, and it's definitely working out for Stab1lo right now. Again, Frantic forced to fight when he didn't really want it, and taken down again.
Spree
oh, you see that beautiful? Oh, I would have loved that combo to hit. I love that that short popped lift jump straight to 50. Doesn't do him any good though. But he's still in great shape here. Almost halfway through the match, or through the map rather, up 10-3. You see only 100 armor going to Frantic so far.
Frantic trying to take this high ground advantage, but it's a big risky move jumping in from that angle.
Oh, he actually craters, knocks him down with the shock rifle. I was a bit curious to see Stab1lo's weapon choice there. He pulled out the rockets, I think, instead of just going with the shock, and then finally finished him off with a juggle. Another 100 armor goes out. Frantic able to piston out, so this actually gives him a bit of an armor advantage. Stab1lo only 18 over 100 right now. He really needed that 100 armor to stay on top here, but I'm going to try to bait Frantic into chasing after him a bit. He's going to do just that. And there he goes. Again, that link gun up close really disrupted to Stab1lo's movement and aim.
Frantic's link this entire tournament has been ridiculously good. Like I've said it once and I say it again, it's been like drum and bass when you hear those things. Absolutely just on form. Like I never see Link anywhere near this good on anybody else.
And you see him coming in with it again. This may be a favorite tactic of his.
Like Link never should beat Mini. Link should never beat Mini like that. Ever.
It's a move.
All even. It's all well, yeah. I guess so. I mean, you've definitely got more focus on it, on the Link, but it's just the rate of fire that the Mini provides. You can often make the mistakes with it.
I think
now I will be really interested to see how Stab1lo reacts now. He's no longer in control. Frantic is able to play his game. How is he going to avoid, you know, surviving this run? I guess really needs to be his priority. Weathering the storm.
Yeah, he needs to get himself back on the LG and shot. That's the difference right now. Frantic's got the weapon control, and he's pretty much dictating the pace of play. And Stab1lo only really has one answer to Frantic, and that is these predictive combos and nice LG shots.
There's two in a row and a rocket. Wow, Stab1lo. And again, this is kind of what we're seeing, like we're talking about, is once you're down big in a map like this, find yourself being in predictable situations, and Stab1lo wisely making the best use of that.
Yeah, I think it was actually a headshot before the rocket. That's what swung that fight up. Because
100 armor sounded like it went to Frantic again, though. That was the third or fourth in a row.
It has, yeah. 4 pickups for
the weapon damages earlier well in Frantic's favor, just not the frags because of the 100 armor. But now Stab1lo still looks to be on fire with his LGs.
Great.
Frantic replies, very, very big. Just needs that frag, that crucial point. Will he get the 50 though? Stab1lo looks like he wants it, but he's hurt pretty bad. Is he going to risk it? He is. Picks up that 50.
Jumps down in the 100.
Frantic's hurt bad.
Be like, oh, anticipates him. The health is gone. This could be a big mistake for Frantic if he can convert a kill off of this.
Yeah,
takes the lift away right up there with them. There he goes. And that could be huge, that little exchange right there.
The big moment there was when Stab1lo took the 50 and then immediately went to the health and kind of denied it to Frantic basically, because that forced him to go back for the health and minigun, which was already taken. So yeah, big move by Stab1lo, keeping Frantic on the low HP.
Also grabbed that 100 armor for the first time in a while. It's going to be back in Stab1lo's control. He can play his game again. Heard him grab that shock rifle. He knows it's falling around behind him. A great predictive shot. Frantic trying to close that gap. Probably a smart move, sneaking up. Oh. Man, just so much damage output. Stab1lo is absolutely on fire right now. Really reminds me of what we saw from Frantic on Leah, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Frantic must be losing a little bit of hope right now. It's slowly dimming his lights, especially when LG is going through shields.
Oh.
There's nothing more demotivating than walking into LG shots when you're trying to make a comeback, especially when they're hitting you through the shield and stuff, so on and so forth. It's just, it just kills your motivation.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, even at that last kill that Stab1lo got, it was through a shield as well.
Yeah.
Stab1lo dancing through these rockets. Frantic trying to break him down. I would like to see him go back to some of that link gun charging, to be honest with you. I think that has been what's most effective against Stab1lo, other than flat primary on Leah.
Just try and close the gap, get the close range fights going out a little bit more. And Frantic was doing a good job of that earlier on, but now the scoreboard is looking too unkind for him with 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, especially with the way the fights are going right now, it definitely favours Stab1lo. I think Frantic's probably feeling a bit hard done by the UT gods, taking these LG shots through the shield and so on.
Well, you can see the damage output now really growing in Stab1lo's favor, and that's a total turnaround from the beginning of the match.
This used to be my strength, the way Stab1lo's playing these combos and so on. So I know how this feels when these connect. It feels great, but it's really bad to be on the receiving end of them. So I think Frantic's had a tough game, and Stab1lo's just got like the better of him basically.
Yeah, I mean, credit both players. Like I said before, neither of these guys really looked like they got frazzled by going down. I mean, Stab1lo obviously able to push through that first map, which really saw a polar reversal. I mean, he was feeling on Leah what Frantic's feeling now.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wow, comes away with 1 HP. Probably going to go down anyway, but that's really just sort of a demoralizing.
Every second he wastes here,
still hasn't killed him with rockets. It's absurd.
I mean, if Frantic had backed off there was every reason for Stab1lo just to go into the corner as far away as possible, just sit there and waste time. Because with 2 minutes left, what can Frantic do? Every second it wastes away is 1 second less for Frantic to come back, so it's looking, well, it's impossible now. No way he's making 15 frags in 2 minutes.
Stab1lo hitting 3 out of 4 for the juggle. I mean, he's just shooting better. He is flat out shooting better than he was before.
He's a different kind of monster now. He's awoken the beast inside of him, and that is the aim beast. And also the UT gods are definitely favouring him in terms of shield gun running. I mean, when he has it out, nothing really sort of scaves him. But when Frantic has it out, yeah, just go straight through it every time.
Yeah.
And credit Stab1lo because he's been keeping himself at the right distance to play to his strengths on this map.
Yep, good call, definitely. I would definitely agree with that. He's picking the fights, I wouldn't even say picking the fights, he's picking the distances. He's keeping Frantic at distance and using his strengths, which is, that's the whole point of tactical play, is to play to your strengths and try to find the weakness in your opponent and then to exploit it. So, well done, Stab1lo.
So to people watching this match, the scores are going to look kind of lopsided. It may not look like it was a good game, but I've actually found it really, really interesting to watch these guys each have a bad game, each do well in their map, and then see, just sort of the tactical shifting between maps. I think it's a really good game to look back at for people who are trying to analyze, how this all works out in duels.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, the scoreline suggests a kind of whitewash for Stab1lo, but it's been anything but that. It's been very close moments where it could have went either way. And a few kind of clutch kills have basically allowed Stab1lo to rack up some frags when, he could have equally went down to Frantic and lost a few, so.
So, final score, by the looks of it, 26. Well, it should be 26-10, but it looks like there could be another point added here towards the end.
9, 8, little headshot Frantic, just to say good night. Let's see.
5,
The shield belt. Oh no, secondary minigun coming out. A
Rarity.
rarity.
Finish him off.
Well, you see the damage,
Stab1lo,
1400 more damage.
Good.
I mean, that's quite
and
substantial.
that was after being down, what, 300 earlier in the match?
Yeah. So that was pretty substantial, and most of that's come from LG and Shock, which is, I suppose, quite.
Which again says more to his ability to steer the game in that direction.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do. That's the idea. Play to your strengths and against your opponents. Definitely was able to do that. So you were right. Refinery turning out to be a good map pick for him.
Seems to be that way. Unfortunately, Frantic is out of the tournament now. He's done very well, actually. I mean, he took him out from Skaven. I think he's the only one to actually do that. So definitely.
So far, we don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, so Frantic coming back, ending up just short of the money. Stab1lo, however, guaranteeing himself a top 3 spot. He's going to play Aiko for the losers bracket finals. So either way, both of these players are going to get a little bit of money out of this. Winner's going to go to the grand final for a chance to play Skaven, who's probably been watching all this, and or maybe not. What do you think? Did you ever watch matches like ahead of yours, or were you